Hey guys, I like scary movies. Particularly, I like thrillers. Why? Because they keep me on the edge of my seat. My heart is pounding. I feel the rush, and it's a good feeling to have. Hold that thought for 1 second while I apply it to table tennis. So one of the most common questions that dozens and dozens of parents and players and coaches are asking is, hey Samson, how do I help this player not to become nervous? Well, nervousness is your perspective on the situation. I prefer not to call it nervousness. Nervousness has so much negative baggage associated with it that as soon as you tell your player, hey, you look nervous, or stop being nervous, well, guess what happens? They associate that with bad playing. So instead of using the word nervous, I like to use the word energy. You feel like you're gearing up for a match, or you look energetic, or you look like your body is starting to get ready to respond. Why is that a different perspective? It's a different perspective because as your player is maybe jumping up and down a little bit before the match, or as they feel their heart starting to pound a little bit stronger, this is your body's natural response to gear up for something exciting that's going to happen. You're at an amusement park, what happens? The anticipation is building. Same thing in table tennis. You're getting ready for that big match. Guess what? Your heart starts pounding, maybe your palms get a little bit sweaty. Your body's response is that, hey, I'm gearing up, I'm getting ready for that match. So as a coach, when you're giving your player feedback, or as a parent when you're giving your player feedback, or as a player giving another player feedback, you can say something like, hey, you look like you're gearing up for that next match, or your body's response, that's a good thing. So it's not a matter of is your heart going to start pounding faster or not. It's a matter of when it does happen, how are you going to respond according to that? Are you going to say, that's a good thing, good job, you're gearing up for it? Or are you going to be like, sit down, stop looking so nervous, or you missed that shot because you were so nervous, or yeah, you lost that match because you're so nervous? What does that do? Well, it chalks up everything to this response of nervousness that the players feel that they can't control. Instead, what should you do? Well, you should, first off, as I mentioned, talk to them about, hey, your body's gearing up for the match. But secondly, you should talk to them about making the right decisions. Just like in practice, how you would want them to make the right decisions, to loop this ball, to push this ball, to flip this ball, to be able to hit these locations, the same exact mindset is true in match play. It all comes down to good decisions. There's been many matches, probably for you in your career, that your heart was pounding, you felt nervous or energized, whichever one you want to say, but yet you made the right decision, you won the match. And then there's other times that you probably felt pretty normal, but you made a lot of dumb decisions and you lost the match. So just because your heart is pounding, just because your body is gearing up, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win or lose. Winning and losing isn't fully dependent on you, but what can you control? You can control the serves that you choose, how you receive, where you hit the ball. These are all things that are within your control. So there's two main key points here. First is that body's response, that's a good thing, that's your body gearing up. And the second thing is it all goes down to good decisions. Are you making the right decisions? I want to wrap up by talking about two more things today. The first thing is kind of the mindset in practice. Are you able to bring yourself to that moment when you're in practice? If you can, then your body naturally is going to feel this energy, throughout the year as opposed to just on that peak match. And then the other thing is, when you're playing tournaments, are you able to bring yourself to a practice mentality and respond the same way that you did in practice? Whether it be the time between points, the decisions that you make, your ball quality should be fairly similar to practice. As you're able to bring that tournament mindset to practice, and as you're able to bring that practice mindset to tournament, the body's response is not going to be so extreme that your hand is literally like shaking, right? Because you've brought yourself to that moment each and every day. If you have any questions about this feeling of nervousness or the feeling of the rush, I'd encourage you to come check us out here at the Samson Davino Table Tennis Academy. We've got great training right here in Akron, Ohio. I'd love to really be able to help you out, not just with your forehand and backhand and footwork, but also with your mental game. The average player does not reach their peak potential. Why? because their mind holds them back. There's different aspects to their mind holding them back. But with the right mindset, I'm convinced that you can improve 1 level, 1.5 levels, even 2 levels within the next year. But a lot of it is your perspective. If you can change your perspective, you can also change your performance. I'm Sam Sidibina. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.